Hey guys, welcome back. So I thought I'd do another video about my modelling and modelling journey. Basically what I've learned in the past year. So it's been like a year and a half of me modelling now. If you're new to the channel then hi. Yeah, I've been a model for like a year and a half, but over the past 4 years I've done bits here and there. The past year and a half has been like proper, it's been like my job now. So I've become like a freelance model and I get jobs myself and stuff like that. And yeah, I've learned a lot in the past year and a half, so I just wanted to tell you what I've learned and what I think other people should know if you want to get into modelling, and if you've been doing it for the same amount of time as me, and other things I think you should know. Some of these will be things about safety or getting paid jobs. I've got a really good thing that I do to help my confidence. It's something that drastically changed my confidence and how I pose on shoots, and it's really simple, so yeah, I'll get to that. But yeah, I've got about 9 tips. I hate calling them tips, but I've got 9 things to say. Okay, so the first one, I would say that the things and shoots you say no to say a lot more about you than what you say yes to. I hear this a lot with acting and stuff. I think it's true. When I started, when you first put yourself out there, so when I first put a thing on these Facebook groups to say that I was doing modelling, I got a lot of responses within an hour, and I still do get a lot of responses, but I got so many within an hour and they were creeps of cameras, so I wasn't going to say yes to all of them because I'd end up with I'd either end up dead in a ditch, or I'd end up with loads of really bad low quality photos for my portfolio. You don't have to say yes to everything. Obviously, don't pass opportunities up, but good ones will come to you. You don't have to worry oh, I have to shoot something now because I need to. You will get a lot of good photographers that you can work with instead, and you want good quality shoots that reflect your style or this type of modelling you want to do. You want to do shoots that will help you get there, rather than things that don't reflect you, or things that you know are just going to be really bad. Okay, so next one is to treat every shoot like it's already your full-time professional job. So what I mean is don't wait until paid shoots or until it is working with a really big brand to start taking it seriously. Even if it's your first ever shoot and it's just what you call a simple one where, I don't know, it's trade for pics and it's quite a simple shoot, and you may think it's not a big deal, but it is, and you should still treat it like it is a big deal, because you can't wait until you get on a shoot with a really big brand and then be oh, I'm gonna be professional now, because that's not how you learn. That's the only way you'll get given other good shoots, is because if they see that your work ethic's there and that you really want to do the modelling, then they will have you in mind for other people and other shoots. If you would do modelling now, then you are a model. You don't have to wait for another opportunity to come up, because if you just have that mindset of oh, I'm just whatever, then you won't really learn much, and you just won't learn much, and you won't learn much of a work ethic and how to be professional. So next one. Facebook groups are actually really, really helpful, more than I thought they would be, especially if you're like me and you're freelance and you have to source your own jobs. Most of the things I've got, my paid shoots and just some really good opportunities that I've had, have been through Facebook. I've literally had them because I've been on different Facebook groups, and you don't have to be on ones just for your area. You can be ones for the UK in general. If you're in a different part of the country, it can be a different part of the area you're in, because with travelling to places, if it's a paid one, they might say, well, we'll pay for your train or flights or whatever. So definitely be in different ones anyway. Literally check them every day, that's what I do, or even a few times a day or random times of the night, because people can post stuff and then they'll just get snatched up straight away because it's quite a popular job. If someone says, oh, we need a blonde model for a paid shoot, then there's a lot of blonde models in the group that are going to be well, I want to get paid, and they're going to snatch it for you. So definitely be quick to them. Also, if they say leave your Instagram, you can do that, but I just message them straight away. I feel like it's going to get the attention and show that I'm really interested and keen if I just message them straight away and just say oh, hi, I saw the call you put out, I'm interested, can I have more details? I think that says a lot more if you do that, and then they won't just forget about your Instagram being in the comments. Also, I always check the person's account, because you can have a lot of anonymous account and scam accounts on them. Obviously, if it's anonymous, why would they be anonymous? Just ignore it. Or if the call is seems too good to be true or too broad, I always just do a background check. Do a background check on their Facebook, or just on anything or get as much details as possible as you can from them when you message them. Okay, next tip. I hate saying that. Next thing, I think there's certain things that you should like just learn about. These are more like boring professional paperwork things, especially if you're doing freelance, because you're your own manager and you just need to like learn a few of these like technical boring things so that you know what you're doing or how you're setting things up. So firstly, with making a portfolio, I'm not a technical person at all. Like, for saying I have my job with social media, I hate anything to do with like making a website. I'm just awful with that sort of stuff. So I made my portfolio on Wix. Obviously this applies if you're freelance because agencies will make one for you. I made mine on Wix and it's probably the easiest website builder, but I just struggled so much. If you look at like YouTube tutorials, or I don't know, just look on TikTok and you can like find out how to make like a really good high quality one. I think mine's pretty good. I'll leave it in the description. I think mine's pretty good. And if you look at other people, so I like to go on like model casting sites where you'd usually apply. I like to look at the different models that they have and basically like click on one and see what kind of portfolio they have, or if they have like a separate one, if that makes sense. So obviously not through the agency, but if they have a separate portfolio they have. So it just gives you inspo, but I think keep it quite simple. Like, try and match it to the vibe of modelling that you want to do, or just your vibe in general, but keep it quite simple and plain. If you just like learn a bit how to make one, I don't know, it just means that you can make it quite quickly. It won't take you days on end and you can add photos to it really easily and keep all of that like info and portfolio info like saved into your bookmarks. Have a Dropbox or WeTransfer account. You don't have to set them up straight away. You can do it as the photographer wants to send you stuff. Sometimes you don't have to have an account with them, you can just click the link, but basically most of them use WeTransfer, and it's just the way that they can send the original photos or edited photos over and they remain in the same, it doesn't put down the quality. So, and they can send like a lot at the same time. So maybe just have that saved already, or say to the photographer like, oh, like how are you planning on sending them? So firstly, contracts. So especially with paid shoots, you'll have to sign contracts a lot of the time. Make sure like you read through them and stuff. But with signing them, don't do what I did, because once I had to sign a contract and I ended up getting scammed out of £30 because the site was like, oh, you can sign this for free. So I signed into it and then they took £30 in my account. And I emailed them and they had the cheek to be like, oh, I can tell you're not happy. It's like, yeah, I'm not happy. So don't do that. You can just use Microsoft Word, or like through Google Docs. They've got like third-party apps that you can use to sign documents, because you'll have to sign them online. So just do that. Another thing is invoices. An invoice is basically just a bill. So if they're paying you for your services, a lot of people have to use it, like small businesses or other like content creators and UGC creators. If you're getting paid for your services, then you have to send an invoice, and it's basically showing your info, your bank details, so they know where they're sending the money to, and also like a list of what they're paying you for. So it might be like £100 for the shoot, £20 for travel, it might be stuff like that. I'll leave a video of the video that I watched that helped me explain invoices more and how to sign, like fill them out, because I don't think I'm the best person to explain it, so I'll just leave a video linked. Okay, next one. You should look after yourself. I don't want to sit here and be like, be healthy. I don't mean that. I just mean, like, as a model, you should look after yourself, whether that's like working out. I mean, I work out like 3 to 4 times a week. Like, you should be drinking your water, looking after your skin as much as you can. I do struggle with my skin, but just look after it as much as you can. Night before a shoot, or the day before a shoot, I try to get plenty of sleep, obviously, and I try to not eat anything that's I know is gonna break me out. So just do stuff like that. At the same time, don't go crazy and starve yourself. Like I'm so fed up now of people being like, oh, don't eat. Like, no, just like eat. But yeah, you still have to look after yourself, because obviously you're a model and that's a big part of it. Like, you do have to, like, you're selling something, so still look after yourself, but don't go crazy. Okay, next is know what type of model you want to be, because even in the past year I've found out there's so many different types of modelling. Like, if you're just starting out, then obviously you've got like e-commerce. Like, even e-commerce is like, think PLT and Boohoo, they take photos and videos, so you need to be good with video footage as well. And that's a good way to practice actually. When I'm shopping on PLT, I'll watch the videos to see how they model the clothes. That's a really good way to practice, because I find it hard to see footage of people modelling sometimes. But that's a really, really good way, is just watch that and look at how they're posing in the clothes if you want to be that sort of e-commerce model. Obviously there's runway modelling, that's what I want to do, and like really high fashion, and there's more like makeup and skincare where you'll have to focus more on face poses and practice that. And with the type of model you want to be, like you can create mood boards and create little goals or little like shoots or test shoots of like that will help you get there eventually. Like, just because you're not doing a really high fashion shoot, you can still do ones in the style of that, like style your own shoot in that sort of style. And then if it doesn't reach, like if you don't reach requirements like height requirements and stuff like that, like don't deep it too much. Like sometimes yeah, you have to pick another type of modelling, but like it doesn't really, especially nowadays, they have a lot of different heights and stuff. It depends what you want to do. A lot of them are quite strict and they just will be, but you can like, some of them change their requirements. Okay, next one, this is more for like on the actual day. Always plan your route, like if you're travelling there, not getting driven there, always plan your route and who you'll bring. I haven't always brought someone with me, and I've always been fine, I'm still here, I'm not like murdered or anything. I feel like there's certain people I wouldn't want to bring with me. Never bring someone that you know is going to distract you. Like, but at the end of the day, if it's the only person you can bring and it's for safety, fair enough, but don't bring someone that you know is going to distract you or the photographer, or is even going to like make you giggle. Like, don't do that, because it just won't help. Or even other people, like if you know you're doing a shoot and there's other girls going to be there and you're bringing like your creepy uncle, no one's doing that. But do you know what I mean? Like, don't bring someone. Like if I was doing a shoot with loads of other girls, I wouldn't want to bring my boyfriend, even though he's fine. I just wouldn't want to like subject other girls to a random boy sitting there. So just be mindful of that. In terms of getting there, Google Maps has saved my life. I'm convinced you can put me anywhere in the world and be like, go from here to here. And with Google Maps, I can. Always have the app on your phone. Even without internet, you can still use it, I'm pretty sure. And it's just so, no, okay, basically you can. If you have internet and then you put one destination to the other, if you turn your internet off to save it, your data, you can still go there. It still gives you directions, basically. So yeah, always use that. Plan your route the night before, know exactly where you're going. In terms of travel, especially if it's at night time in the evening, it's better to pay someone to pick you up, someone that you know, than to, even if it costs more on like traveling or a taxi, just have someone you know pick you up. With hair and makeup, always think about like, am I gonna need an umbrella for the journey? Am I gonna like need touch-ups? Am I gonna be better to do my makeup on the train if it's a long train journey, if your makeup's fresher? Like, just think about the journey, because I've had journeys where I've got to the set and my hair's wet, and luckily they had like hair dryers and stuff. But yeah, just always like, just think I'm gonna be on a train for like 2 hours, like how's my makeup gonna go, stuff like that. Okay, so my last one is sort of about poses and more like when you're on set getting the photos taken. So one thing that like really drastically helped me with my posing and confidence in posing was trying clothes on, which is crazy. But I started doing more content for my Instagram, which you can follow, I'll plug that. But I started doing more content of me going into shops and doing like, when I'm filming my Come Shop with Me's, I'm trying a lot of clothes on and filming it, and that honestly just helped. Like, it just did. I don't know why, it just helped a lot, and it helped my confidence. Like, take photos of yourself all the time. If you struggle with face posing, keep practicing with that. Have someone else take photos of you, or try and take a video like where you're moving your face about and find the best one and remember that. Try and have a better side. Like, if you feel like one of your side looks better, like this is my better side because of my nose. My nose looks softer, whereas that side, my nose looks like sharper. So this is my better side. And when you're actually having photos taken, remember to like constantly keep moving. That's like a really good tip that when I was doing like starting out, photographers would be really, really nice and be like, if you need any tips, just make sure you keep moving. Every time you hear the click, like just move to a different pose. If you have like a prop, it's a lot easier. Like when I've shot outside on trees and stuff, it's been a lot easier. But always just keep switching up the poses. And sometimes you would do a stupid pose. I feel like we've all done a pose where I'm like, what was that? but I don't know, you just will. Okay, so that is all for this video. Like I said, I'll link stuff below that might help, and my portfolio if you want to have a look through that. I do need to update it a little bit, I'm sorry, I do, but you can have a look through, and I'll leave my Instagram if you want to see what I get up to, any behind the scenes. And yeah, please subscribe if you enjoyed. I don't always do modelling content, but sometimes I do stuff and vlogs, but mostly it's like fashion stuff. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.